skin is the physical barrier between everything outside of our bodies and the inside. The second is the innate immune system. This happens immediately and is nonspecific. Finally, the adaptive immune system kicks in, which is specific but takes time for the body to learn. The innate immune system entails use of the complement system, while adaptive includes humoral and cell-mediated. If bacteria were to breach the skin and the chemical barriers on the skin, such as salt, this is the first line of defense. If it breaches that through a cut or wound, the second line of defense would be waiting, which is the chemical messengers. These are chemical signals like histamine that dilates the blood vessels and recruits cells and other things to the site of injury. This is a warning to the rest of the body as well. It will specifically be recruiting immune cells to clean up the infection. This whole process will lead to inflammation. Some of the cells being recruited are mast cells, neutrophils, and monocytes. A next encounter will be with a phagocyte, which will engulf the bacteria and finally release chemicals that will break down the bad bacteria and release toxins to kill the bacteria. The process of phagocytosis can quell the infection. The cascading events of the complement system and a fever could be next. Once an infection is treated and conquered through our innate immune system, the adaptive immune system will be the next thing to fight an infection. The first part I just mentioned covered first exposure to an antigen. In the second exposure, the body is now familiar with that bacteria, specific bacteria. An antigen will enter the body and bind to one B cell in our body that recognizes that antigen. This process utilizes B cells. They will go through clonal expansion and either become memory cells or plasma cells. The plasma cells will go on to create antibodies so that our body can fight off this infection every time it's introduced. The B cells also help in remembering what this infection looks like. That's why they're called memory cells. This is also the case that an antigen-presenting cell will present to the T helper cell, which will then expand and multiply. This will activate the B cells, which will go on to make antibodies, as described just a minute ago. Macrophages will be activated as well, and the body will start the process of phagocytosis. This will activate cytotoxic T cells. These are designed to kill the bad bacteria.